Welcome to Natty's Crafts. Let's not waste time. Let's get crafting. This is Try It Tuesday. We're going to make this wreath that I saw at Michael's. I went to a class to make jewelry and they had this wreath in another class. So the guy showed me how to make the wreath. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start with the 14-inch wire wreath form from Dollar Tree. You're going to need a whole lot of ribbon, a whole lot of pipe cleaners, if you're going to do it this way. Now there are 116 different ways to make this type of wreath. This is the way he showed me how to do it. This is the way I like it. So this is the way I'm doing it. So we're wrapping on the bottom row all the way around. There's different sections. Each section is going to have 6 pipe cleaners at the bottom, then 5, then 4, then 3. So the very smallest ring has 3 pipe cleaners on that section. So that's what I'm showing there. And this is going to be the outer ring of ribbon that I'm going to use. I only purchased 2 of these rolls, and I should have bought at least 5, I think. At least 5 would have filled up the wreath the way I wanted it to. Because I did run out, by the way, of all my ribbon. So that's awesome. So anyway, so we're going to cut it into a size that you like. You're going to basically just bunch it together and then wrap the pipe cleaner around it. Just that easy. And I wanted mine to be super full with lots and lots of ribbons kind of poking out every which direction. So this is more like a sloppy ribbon wreath. And that's what I like. So that's why I use 6 on the bottom, 5 on the middle, and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to add this welcome sign to it, again, because I ran out of ribbon. So I painted the welcome sign white. Surprise, not black. Painted the welcome sign white, and as you saw, this was like 27 centuries later, because adding all that ribbon took me 27 centuries, I'm pretty sure. But once I've got all that ribbon on and I ran out of ribbon, I just added some burlap at the top, and then I'm going to add that welcome sign there. And I'm using hot glue. Hot glue is obviously not the best choice. I should have used some sort of wire, but I was tired at this point. I had been working on this for quite a while with those ribbons. So I just use hot glue. And then I'm just making a hanger for the top. This too is probably not required. I could have just hung, like my other wreaths, I don't put hangers. I just hang them on the wreath hanger that's on my door. But this one, I don't know, for some reason I wanted to make an actual hanger, so I did. So I'm just hot gluing that down, burning my fingers as I go. And then I do use the masking tape trick to cover up that hot glue and make it stick even better. And that's it. I love this wreath. I think it's beautiful. It did, again, take me 27 centuries. And the colors, you can't really see the color. That red is not red. It's actually burgundy. And then there's 2 layers of the white and black ribbon from Dollar Tree. And then the black burlap from Michael's. I don't. Some of you may think it looks Halloween because of the black, but black is my color, as you all know. So it's just what I like and I enjoy, and I think it looks wonderful. Now this is part of Sammy's Unicorn Dust Designs Try It Tuesday event that she does every month. So be sure to click the links down below and visit her channel and the full playlist. Next is going to be these cute little top hats that the Cozy Christmas Cottage, Shannon from Cozy Christmas Cottage, made. And the supply lists are going to be all down below as well, by the way. So you just need some tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree. 3 for each hat is what looked best and what she did, so that's what I'm doing here. This is almost an exact dupe. Like my ribbon, I think, is the only thing that was different. So we're just going to glue these 2 together. Now I'm using wood hot glue. You could use regular glue. You probably could use regular hot glue. And you could do this however you wanted to. And I used my little, what is it called? Corner square? I don't know what that is. To make sure that my lines are straight and my blocks are straight. And that's all we're going to do. We're going to just glue the 3 pieces together for all of our ornaments. I'm making 3 ornaments here. And I'm going to use this baker's twine as the hanger to hang onto the tree. So just cutting a length off that I think will work, tying that in a knot. You can't really see what I'm doing, but you know, and then just gluing that onto the back. Well, actually, I'm going to paint them first, then glue it onto the back. So next, we're going to paint them. Now, top hats I know about are all black, so I'm painting mine black. You could paint your top hat whatever color you wanted. It could be white, it could be blue, it could be pink. And literally going to paint every edge, every corner. So all the way around. And once those are all black and dry, we're going to go ahead and add that hanger onto the back. And just hot gluing that down. And then I am going to glob it with a whole bunch of glue on top of that hanger. And then we're going to add a little ribbon so that it looks a little bit prettier. So just going to add a ribbon around the bottom of the top hat. And again, just using my hot glue. Now, this is the ribbon. I save ribbon when I get it on a package, or if I have only a little bit left, I save those scraps. This was one of those scraps. It was in my little scrap bucket. And it's kind of cute. It's very Christmassy, so that's what I'm using here. But any kind that you wanted. I believe Shannon used a black and white buffalo check, which was really cute. And that's it. I think it's adorable. I think she also put a flower on hers, but I didn't. And I'm okay with that. Next is another one from her, from the Cozy Christmas Cottage. It's this little macrame Christmas tree. I don't have macrame cord, so I'm using this big cord. Now, I'm using for the stem, or for the tree stem, I don't know what it is. I'm using that wire jute cord from Dollar Tree. And then again, this very heavy, thick nautical rope. It's not nautical rope, it's white cotton rope from Michael's. I got that big, huge bin for, I don't know, 10 bucks or something. And I am going to have to separate it because it is quite thick. So I'm going to separate it so that each strand is its own. And then I'm going to figure out how long I want them. And then once I've got the length, I'm going to cut a bunch of strips of that length. You want to make sure that whatever is your longest length, that's where you're cutting from, if that makes sense. That's what you're measuring, is the longest one, because you'll always be able to cut them down. You can obviously not add to them. So my cord was still even a little bit too thick, so I'm splitting each strand in half again to make it a little bit thinner. Now, if you would have had macrame cord, this would have been much easier and much quicker. But I didn't, so this is what I'm doing. So you're going to go behind and then through. And Shannon walks through it very nicely and makes sense and all of that. I'm not a macrame person. I don't make macrame. I don't have any. It's not my thing. But I thought this was cute, so I thought I'd give it a try with what I have. So we're just going to keep adding on these strands for however long you want or however big you want your Christmas tree to be. I decided this was the length I wanted. So once it got to that length, then I stopped. I kind of separated it out, made it flat, and then I'm going to shape it into a Christmas tree shape. So just cutting at an angle there to make the triangle looking tree. And my hands had started to hurt by now, and so I was having just the hardest time cutting this rope. Okay, and then once I've got it all cut down the way I wanted it, then I still wasn't completely happy. I wanted my Christmas tree to have a little bit more life to it. So I then separated each strand into its own little strand, so it looked a little bit more frizzy. I wanted it to look a little bit frizzier, a little bit more wild. And then I'm going to reshape it again because now it looks a little different now that it's all cut up or frizzed out. And that's it. I thought it was adorable. And if you had a boho style Christmas tree, I think that would look adorable as well. And this is just the Christmas tree that I actually put outside in the holidays. It was in my garage, so I pulled it out real quick so that I could get my little Christmas tree ornaments so that you could see what it would look like on a tree. And you could also add a little ribbon on the top of that tree too, by the way. Thank you so much for stopping by Natty's Crafts. Please remember to visit Unicorn Dust Design. Check out the links below for everything there. And I sure hope that you would like, comment, and subscribe. And also appreciate today, because remember that tomorrow is never promised. Thanks, y'all. Y'all have a good one.